Hello, everyone. This is Kurt Kelly, and I'm back here in the studios in Tallahassee, Florida. I have to tell you, the last 2 weeks have been sort of a wild ride. Starting about 2 weeks ago, we heard about this Invest 98 that was in the lower section of the Caribbean. We began to watch that, and some of the experts were saying this storm could be very serious. We're going to watch it. And we saw it grow into a tropical storm, and then as it grew into a Category 3 hurricane over Cuba. And then by the time it got into the Gulf of Mexico, everybody in the state of Florida, the entire state was under a hurricane watch. But the storm went ahead and moved into the area that I think at one time wasn't even in the cone, and that was into the Fort Myers area. And it turned, and it was a very strong Category 4 and right on the cusp of being a Category 5, which is the most catastrophic type of storm. The devastation is hard to even imagine. It's hard to express. And so at this point in time, we knew, and it was on Monday, I knew that we were going to need to get back into our hurricane relief, our disaster relief. We opened up our fund and began to start working with organizations all over the United States to say, look, we're going to bring particular relief and specific issues for our children and families. You know, our foster families, our group homes, our folks that work in this world, they deal with children that have been traumatized dramatically. And yet, they give of themselves. Well, these same children and families and workers, while they are loving on their kids, they've been traumatized dramatically. And it's our time to pour into them and to let them know how much we love you. And so we started with bringing caravans. I think on Thursday, our first caravan went into one of the areas. Multiple folks from all over the state of Florida are bringing in necessary food, water, supplies, all of the things, particularly for those that are in our child welfare system. Now, FEMA and the state of Florida is doing a great job for the greater population, and we really appreciate that. I think our governor's done a marvelous job. I think our federal government has done a good job. There's a lot of coordination. But we've been very specific because, frankly, we think it's important that those families who have taken these children into their lives, we know that they need a greater support. Why? Because, quite frankly, they're dealing with kids that have been traumatized, and now they've got this trauma. So we're going to be working with them specifically. I know that our folks in the affected area are just working tirelessly. We've put out a list of things that we need and help, but primarily we need support financially because what we're doing is gathering the resources so that we can go in and provide support for those people in those areas. So they don't have to do it. We're doing it for them and working with them. I'm so honored with all of the people at the Florida Coalition for Children, our members, and many of you across the nation, many organizations like Save the Children, who we're working with and looking forward to that. Sunshine Health has been amazing in the work that they've jumped in. Much of our organizations in South Florida have garnered several caravans to take food, necessary foods in and supplies into that organization. And I know those folks that are affected are very much appreciative of this. So here's what we need you to do. We need you to help us. I reach out to you a lot of times. We're here to help, but you can help us help them as they continue to help the children. Reach out to our Hurricane Relief Fund, our Disaster Relief Fund. Be generous in your gift to us. Cash is most important right now. You can provide that for us. If you would help us as we're reaching them, we can show that genuine love for these folks who are showing love for our children and families. For that, I want to thank you. Appreciate all that you are doing for all those who have done work and all that are going to do and the work we're going to continue. They're not alone. We're in this together. And I just want to thank you for your support. With that, God bless you.